In my area, there are not many Indian people. The access to Indian food may be limited. I have did my BA in Japanese. My company allows me to do remote.
हेलो,
Hello, nice to meet you.
नाइस टू मीट यू टू। आप अपने बारे में कुछ बताएंगे, आपका नाम क्या है और आप जापान में कब से हैं और क्या करते हैं?
हाँ जी। मेरा नाम तन्मय है। मैं मुंबई से हूँ। मैं जापान में अभी दिस इज़ माय सेकंड ईयर। आई हैव डिड माय बीए इन जापानीज़ एंड आई हैव डिड माय मास्टर्स जर्मनी से इन मॉडर्न ईस्ट एशियन स्टडीज़। सो वंस आई ग्रेजुएटेड आई स्टार्टेड लिविंग इन जापान। सो अभी मैं टोक्यो में रह रहा हूँ एंड आई एम वर्किंग एज एन SRE साइट रिलायबिलिटी इंजीनियर।
ओके, तो आपने बताया कि आपने जर्मनी में पढ़ाई की है और फिर आपने जापान में भी पढ़ाई की है, जापानीज़ में बेसिकली आपने बीए किया है। आप इस स्कॉलरशिप्स के बारे में थोड़ा और बताएंगे कि आपको ये स्कॉलरशिप्स कैसे मिली और क्या एग्जैक्टली है ये स्कॉलरशिप का नाम क्या है?
ओके, सो मैंने बैचलर ऑफ आर्ट्स इन जापानीज़ किया है इन पुणे एंड ड्यूरिंग दैट टाइम देयर वाज अ स्कॉलरशिप कॉल्ड MEXT स्कॉलरशिप। सो दीज आर गवर्नमेंट फंडेड स्कॉलरशिप्स एंड मेरी वाली स्कॉलरशिप है उसके लिए यू हैव टू हैव अ मेजर इन जापानीज़। सो योर फोकस योर स्पेशलाइजेशन शुड बी इन जापानीज़।
तो आपकी स्कॉलरशिप MEXT नहीं है?
MEXT की है, but it is a very specialized scholarship, and people who only have how do I say Japanese as a major can apply for it. So if you have like an engineering major, you're not allowed to apply for it.
Okay, what is the name of this scholarship?
It's called MEXT Japanese Studies Japanology Scholarship. In Japanese, it would be Nihongo Gaku Nikkense Shogakin.
सो इट्स ओनली बिकॉज आपने जापानीज़ में बीए किया है, उसके बाद आपने इस स्कॉलरशिप के लिए अप्लाई किया,
Yes.
राइट? ओके। आपने एक और चीज़ अपने इंट्रोडक्शन के थ्रू मुझे समझ आई कि आपने इंजीनियरिंग नहीं की है, पर आप अभी जापान में SRE के रोल पर काम कर रहे हैं।
Yes.
तो ये ट्रांजिशन कैसे हुआ, मतलब फ्रॉम नॉन टेक टू हैविंग अ टेक रोल?
Technically speaking, especially in IT, there's still like an environment key. You don't necessarily need a degree by all means in engineering. Having is pretty nice, but let's say you don't have it, and if you want to work in engineering, if you can prove कि आप you have some level of technical expertise. So for my case, after doing my BA in Japanese, मेरे मास्टर्स में I chose economics and econometrics, so a little bit of statistics and quantitative analysis. And during that time मैंने Python में I started learning Python. I started learning some level of JavaScript, some Node, and I had some level of like understanding of those things. And after that, because I'm like currently working as a SRE site reliability engineer, you usually work with cloud services like AWS or Google Cloud, and those things usually आपको ज़्यादा वक्त नहीं लगता to get the hang of it. It's like you probably need like month or 2 months to actually understand those things. And once you have those technical expertise and you show कि आपने अपने डिग्री में भी थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल काम किया है, और अगर आप डिग्री में आपने कुछ टेक्निकल चीज़ें किए भी नहीं हो, if you're like willing to show कि I have done some projects in your portfolio, then you can definitely land a job in SRE.
कोई सर्टिफिकेशन है जो हेल्प करते हैं जॉब मिलने में?
That depends on the job role itself. So, in cloud services roles, if you have some certifications in, let's say, AWS, Google Cloud, or Azure, these are like the 3 main ones, but there are other ones as well. Having those certificates can help you get inside. It is never a guarantee. Those certificates also are very expensive. So, it's like they are not like 100% guaranteed to land you a job. However, I would ask you to focus on making your own portfolio. Ki, like making your own website, running it, or running like a container service, or uspe like running like a simple backend. So if you can show those things to your, let's say, prospective employer, or if you can maintain those things, or maybe make some open source projects, maintain them, then they can actually have some level of confidence that okay, this guy can understand some basic methodologies to get inside the company in those roles.
तो अभी जो कुछ स्टूडेंट्स हैं इंडिया में, बेसिकली कॉलेज में हैं या फिर अभी फिगर आउट कर रहे हैं ना, और काफ़ी लोग जापान आना चाहते हैं, and if they are in non-tech role or tech role, what are the top 3 things you will suggest them to which will help them make a smoother transition to Japan?
So if your goal only is to come like to land a job in Japan, the best suggestion would be to actually master Japanese. Like there are two ways actually: not knowing Japanese and coming here, and knowing Japanese and coming here. But assuming that you are spending like some years of your life, आप अपने ज़िंदगी के like 3 4 5 साल अगर यहाँ पे आप गुजारने वाले हो, then you have to make sure कि आपको Japanese आनी चाहिए. Very important. Please study Japanese. Japanese में there are some levels. So the government of Japan has like put some levels to understand how a person can understand Japanese. So N5 is like the lowest. N5 में basic introduction, basic like daily life में जो भी आप conversations कर पा रहे हो with a shopkeeper and all, वो आप कर सकते हो. And then there's all the way up to N1. So N5, N4, N3, N2, N1. If you have N1, तो आप you can read like university level texts. You can read thesis and all that stuff, some books and all. So if you have an N1, there should be a very smooth transition for you to come here. मतलब आप you can speak Japanese, so there won't be much of a friction between you and the Japanese colleagues, and you would also be able to speak with stakeholders and customers as well. If you don't know Japanese, there is also a way of getting here, assuming like your engineering or your portfolios are exceptional, or your previous work experience is amazing. You can get in, yes. But if you want to thrive and you want to have like a good life in Japan, so Japanese seekhna is necessary. So the first point, the most important, is learn Japanese. After that, if you want to come to Japan, please make like a very good portfolio. And the third one would be like to be to get used to living alone. Actually, it's like it's very very important aspect coming to Japan, or even if you live in other countries like European, like which are more individualistic. अगर आप अकेले वक्त गुजारना पसंद करते हो, then आपका transition would be very smooth, क्योंकि the first 5-6 months will be fairly lonely, but after a while you get used to it, and आपके circle भी बन जाते हैं, and you can also get used to, or should I say, make some Japanese friends as well.
ओके, सो वेरी इंटरेस्टिंग 3 पॉइंट्स. बट लास्ट पॉइंट के बारे में आपसे पूछना चाहती हूँ कि आपने बोला कि गेट यूज टू लिविंग अलोन. तो आपको यहाँ 2 साल हो गए हैं, आपको अकेला रहना कैसा लगता है? आपको ऐसा लगता है कि लोनली है, या फिर यू आर ओके विद द वे यू आर लिविंग राइट नाउ?
Okay, so when I say get used to live alone, मैं ऐसे बोल रहा हूँ कि आप अकेले रहने में आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अकेलापन फील करने में is definitely a problem. You should not be feeling lonely, okay? That is kind of fairly destructive to your mental health. If I could say, be fairly independent in your actions. So अगर आप अकेले रह रहे हो, you need to find a way to like entertain yourself, or you also need to find a way to support yourself. अगर आपको कुछ चीज़ें आपसे जम नहीं रही हैं, so you can find the way out of those things. Solution आप खुद ब खुद आप ढूंढ पा रहे हो. If you're able to self suffice your needs, you are self sufficient technically speaking, it should be fairly good enough. And this does not even is specific to Japan. It can be very specific to you living in India as well. So for example, आप hometown से Mumbai आ रहे हो, or any big city, if you are not able to self-suffice your own needs and your own problems fairly well, then it becomes exceptionally easy to live. How do I say? To live anywhere.
आई अग्री. एंड आई थिंक यहाँ पर आने के बाद आपको खुद इंडल्ज करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि नया देश है, नए लोग हैं, तो आपको ढूंढना पड़ेगा एक्टिविटीज़. आप हॉबी क्लासेस ज्वाइन कर सकते हो वेयर यू कैन मेक फ्रेंड्स, एंड ऑफ कोर्स यू आर लिविंग अलोन एंड फाइंडिंग पीस इन लिविंग विद योरसेल्फ. दैट्स द बेस्ट सोल्यूशन. ओके, आपका डेली रूटीन कैसा होता है? क्योंकि फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, आर यू लाइक, डू यू हैव टू गो टू ऑफिस, या फिर आप घर से काम करते हो?
My role is completely like, my company allows me to do remote. So if you are a software engineer, there's a good chance that you can land a remote role, okay? So my company has 2 choices: either do hybrid, aka go to office for some days and do some work at home as well.
How many days? Sorry.
It depends upon you.
Oh.
Like depends upon you as like your mood and the customer's mood. So for example, if your customer wants to meet you, तो आपको ऑफिस जाना ही पड़ेगा. I mean, like there is no other way out, because customers' will is the final will. On the other hand, remote में my company allows me to do remote, I can do like remote all the time, and they give me some level of money as well. So like to pay the electricity bills and stuff, because you're running the computer, you're running the screen and stuff. Um, but it always depends upon the company. So some companies make you always come to the office. Some are very very relaxed in terms of like आप घर से ही काम करो. But sometimes if you're working from home, the differentiation, the limit from your personal life and your work life can become a little thin. So you end up doing some overtime even though you have clocked out. वो होता है, कभी कभी होता है. Yeah.
वाओ, मतलब पहली बात तो जापान में बहुत कम कंपनीज है जो रिमोट ऑफ़र करती हैं, तो उसमें घुस पाना बहुत बड़ी बात होती है. प्लस आपका कुछ पार्ट ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिसिटी कंपनी पेज. आई मीन दैट्स अमेजिंग. आई एम लविंग इट.
Yeah, but that's like interesting. My company pays for utilities. My company does not pay for rent, unfortunately. Some companies pay for rent. That is far more nice. अगर आपकी company rent pay कर रही है, then take that one. Than the one which is paying utilities, because paying rent can be expensive sometimes if you like want to live in a very big room. So if your company can pay some amount of that rent, then that is pretty nice actually. Yeah.
योर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी इज कम्प्लीटली पेड और सम पार्ट ऑफ इट इज पेड.
Some part of it is paid because it's it's fixed. It's a flat rate, and it depends upon the season how much my electricity bill is. So in winters and summers the electricity bill is high, and in transitions, so autumns and spring, it is very low because I don't use heating or cooling that much. Yeah.
दैट्स अ वेरी नाइस पर्क टू हैव. ओके, देन आपका दिन कैसा रहता है? मतलब सुबह उठ के लाइक व्हाट यू जनरली कुक?
So as a professional, so working for a company, this is my second year, but uske pehle bhi I used to live in Japan for a while as a student as well. So as a professional, I usually wake up somewhere around 7:30. If I'm like very sleepy, I wake up at 7:30. I prepare my food. Breakfast is usually bread and eggs. Because you live in Japan, the access to Indian food may be limited based upon where you live. There is no online food delivery options as well, but I would necessarily like suggest you do that. Get used to the like the, how do I say, the things which are made in the country, like in the locality itself.
I do that all the time.
Interesting. Yeah, but it depends. Yeah, so you wake up 7:30, you do your breakfast by 8:30 or something. Now it depends upon the person by person. I start work somewhere around 9 or sometimes at 10. It's flex actually. I can start at any time. So usually I pre-read my schedule, what I'm supposed to do and how many meetings I'm supposed to get into, and read some documentation for it, because I don't want to enter a meeting without actually understanding what people are talking about. So I read it like before starting my job, and once I start my job, I go through my meetings. If I have any support tickets, so in engineering, support ticket is usually the customer asks you some questions and you answer them, or some engineering things. So it depends upon day by day. So let's say I start at 9 a.m. I end at 6 p.m. If I start at 10 a.m. I end at 19 p.m. So 7 p.m. After that, I usually go to the gym or I study. So Japan has lots of certifications, so it's better to like study a lot. I spend a lot of my time like upskilling a lot, because in IT the tech moves quickly, and because the tech moves quickly, the tech changes quickly, and there's like cyber attacks every single day. You have to like upskill yourself fairly constantly. So I study for that time and sleep somewhere around 12 or 11:30. If I'm studying a lot, then I sleep at 1:30, and that is not really healthy, by the way.
ओके, बट चलता है. आपके यहाँ पर ज़्यादा इंडियन फ्रेंड्स हैं, जापानीज़ फ्रेंड्स हैं? कैसे फ्रेंड ग्रुप कैसा है आपका?
In my area, there are not many Indian people. I usually have not made that many Indian friends because I am fairly comfortable with living alone. I actually do have friends, lot of them actually, but they are not in my locality, and I meet them like once or twice in like 2 months or something. But it's pretty nice. Usually I would suggest you to make friends in your locality itself, like Japanese people, because you are in a new country. It's better to learn their customs, their rules, their like the small things ki कैसे वेस्ट सेग्रीगेशन करना चाहिए और लाइक बाकी लोकेलिटी की लोगों के साथ लाइक दे शुड नीड टू नो व्हाट यू आर एंड so they can like talk with you and get along with you as well. You should not like create a segregation of wall between you and them. It's better to interact with Japanese people. So I would rather suggest you make Japanese friends first, and after that make your Indian friends, like interact with them.
When you came to Japan for the first time, did you have any like culture shock?
Culture shocks in general, no. I mean, like people who have done BA in Japanese usually have very how do I say, their expectations and the adjustment of those expectation कि अगर आप जापान में आ रहे हो अब क्या एक्सपेक्ट कर सकते हो, क्या हो सकता है, वो पहले से ही हमें सिखाया रहता है. सो इन आवर क्लासेस एंड ऑल, सो there wasn't much of a culture shock other than the fact that like you get some cultural friction because I always talk about like waste segregation. It's very very complicated in Japan. Not complicated, it's detailed.
Very detailed.
And once you get used to it, not a problem. But the first 2-3 weeks it can cause problems to you and you causing problems to other people. But after a while it kind of is fairly nice. For people who are like don't really know much about Japan, there can be like a wave of different things happening. First of all, like Japan is very very people confined to themselves and their friends. So you coming here and start making friends very quickly can be a little difficult. So start like making friends in your workplace first, and after that like start going to events in and around, let's say, your neighborhood. If you're in Tokyo, go in events around Tokyo. If you're in Osaka, go to events in and around Osaka, and then you can get settled in Japan. See, expectations wise, if I could tell you before coming to Japan, be mindful of rules. Be very very strict of following the rules. Okay, Japan is very very conformist in terms of how do I say, following the rules. If you want to talk with other people, make sure you respect their personal space. Because in India we can become friends fairly quickly just by talking with each other. In Japan you need to first be very very you first need to create a common environment for both of you to be comfortable enough to talk with each other. And uske baad you should be like able to make friends mostly fairly quickly. Yeah.
Coming to waste segregation, ऐसा हुआ इनिशियली कि यू आर कंफ्यूज कि ये कहाँ फेंकना है, ऐसा कुछ कोई एग्जांपल है आपके पास?
So the very first time I came to Japan, I was on a scholarship, and उस वक्त how do I say, there is a word called kanrinen. Kanrinen is a person who handles all the administrative work of your building. Every building has it almost, and they usually teach you how to segregate waste, or they give you like a pamphlet, or the city office gives you a pamphlet, and you actually read it. It has an English section as well, so for people who do not know Japanese, you read it and you try your best to figure out what trash is what. And it will take some time for you to understand, because in plastic there are also different kinds of plastic. There's PET, and then there's polyethylene, and PET is supposed to be segregated. So for example, this bottle is PET. The plastic thing here is polyethylene, so it will go in a different waste category.
The cap goes different and the body goes.
The body goes differently, and it doesn't. If you read it very carefully, the pamphlet, you should be able to do it fairly well. You have to wake up a little early in the morning, or put your garbage late at night before the garbage collection day, and that should be more than enough for you to understand. Remember that if you do not do proper garbage segregation, then your garbage will be वो लेके नहीं जाएंगे, and there will be like a note on it that कि please segregate your garbage properly. So you might get it like once or twice. If you're if you will get every single time you do it incorrectly, and once you do it correctly, it'll definitely it will just disappear actually. Yeah.
आई थिंक इवन आप अपना घर का कोई भी रैंडम कचरा, जैसे कि लेट्स से कारपेट, ये ऐसे रैंडमली जाके नहीं डाल सकते. यू हैव टू स्टिक अ प्रॉपर टिकट टू इट, एंड फॉर लार्ज आइटम्स यू शुड हैव प्रॉपर ticket for large item. For smaller items it has another ticket, so you have to be very careful about that. Lastly, so you know many languages. You know German and you can speak Japanese also, but can you just maybe say a few lines in all the languages that you know, Indian and other foreign languages that you know?
Sure. Namaste. Mein Name ist Tanmay. Ich komme aus Indien. 現在、今のところ日本に住んでいて、SRE エンジニアの仕事をやっております。I would love to, like make friends in Japan. So if you want to be friends with me, definitely send me a DM and we can get along. Yeah.
Thank you so much. It was so nice talking to you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
Yeah.
you.